I am getting to a point where I literally do not like my kids. Like, I was in my room, right? Minding my business because it's my time of month, so my stomach is hurting. So I'm just laying there kind of napping, not napping, editing, whatchamacallit. My kids are in the living room playing. So I thought they were playing. Because it only takes them 5 to 10 minutes to fuck everything up in this house. 5 to 10 minutes. So my husband texts me and asks me, can you keep the kids from upstairs? Because I guess he has a meeting or something. So I come out. Why is my whole living room, my couch, every fucking thing covered in goddamn toilet water? Why the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do? Lock the fucking bathroom? Because my son has to go potty. He uses the bathroom because he's potty trained, so he has to go potty. Am I supposed to lock the bathroom so they're not allowed to go to the bathroom? Like, how many times do I have to tell you, do not play in the toilet water? That is fucking nasty. And the fact that it literally, the whole living room is covered in toilet water. I'm talking the whole rug, the couches, the pillows, everything in fucking toilet water. Luckily, I can take the stuff off my couch and wash it. My rug is washable, but still, that's not the fucking point. I can't trust you for 10 minutes to not go destroy the whole fucking living room. I'd rather be fucking baby powder than fucking toilet water. Like, I'm not even bullshitting. You can't even, hold on. You can't even really see it, but you can see the footprints. This is wet. This is wet. This is wet. This is wet. My couch, it's wet. I can tell it's wet because look, whole bowl full of water. My rugs are wet. I had to take the little things off the couch because the couch is wet. The pillows are wet and they're all stuck over there. All these toys are wet. Everything is fucking wet. And I'm annoyed. And like, I don't know what to do. Right now, they're literally just sitting in my bathroom because I can't send them upstairs to their room because their dad told them not to come upstairs. And I'm past the point. I'm past, there's no point of losing it on them because it's not going to help anything. I don't fucking know what to do. I'm so tired of my kids. I do not like my kids. Like, I do not like them. They ruin every fucking thing. Every fucking thing. Every fucking thing. I'm ready for fucking bedtime.
Like, you are a mother.
I'm a whole
you
mother.
You can't say that. I'm a new mom, so I still be like, oh, tiptoeing. I won't say that I dislike motherhood because I'm not true to this. I'm new to this. What do you mean by that, though, Alicia? Tell the people.
I'm not tiptoeing on the marble floors. I don't like motherhood.
What don't you like about it?
I don't like the pressure. I don't like the responsibility. I don't like that I am a driver because these tiny humans can't drive.
Well, I applaud her honesty. She's saying what most mothers are thinking. It's okay not to like the role of being a mother, but saying you don't like your kids is pathetic. And somehow, to be honest, they weren't asked to be born. You have to face the consequences of your actions. If you don't want to have kids, do everything you can not to have kids. Use protection to start with. That's why we have messed up people roaming around the street, because most moms had kids thinking they will be happy, they will be fulfilled. Life doesn't work that way. Motherhood is not a walk in the park. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Here's video compilation about women ranting how they dislike motherhood, on how they don't like being moms.
I confess something. I love my kid. I fucking hate being a mom. I fucking hate being a parent. Like, I fucking hate it. And I feel bad for saying that, but like, I wish someone would have let people with BPD know that, like, we really shouldn't be moms. Like, having a kid is too fucking complicated. I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to be responsible for this tiny human. I just want to be responsible for myself, and it's too late now. I didn't know parenthood was going to be like this. I didn't know I was going to be doing it all by myself with no support system, no family, no anything. I didn't know. If I would have known, I would have never done it. I would have never.
I can't even talk. Do you guys see why I made my platform the way it is? Do y'all see why I keep making it a point that if you're going to have a kid, make sure you are prepared to raise that kid all by yourself? There need to be way better systems to help women in situations like this, but people don't give a shit. The government doesn't give a shit. My motto for 2023 is I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. There really should be no more question as to why child-free people exist when people are willing to come on the internet and make videos like that. Ooh, look at this tweet, y'all. It's a doozy. I hate being a mother. It's one of the biggest regrets. One of my biggest regrets. And nobody can convince me that it's worth it. Ever. Ooh, Jesus, take the wheel. And I think we all need to be more honest about that shit. She literally said, I regret being a mother. I regret that shit. And I feel like a lot of y'all, especially y'all child-free haters, feel the same way. But you don't want to admit it. You be all in my comments talking shit, saying weird shit to me. I respect that woman because she had the balls to admit the truth. I don't respect y'all because y'all don't. Y'all like to pretend like having kids is the best thing in the world. Meanwhile, you are struggling, fighting for your life behind that computer screen. Just tell the truth. Tell the fucking truth. It doesn't matter who gets mad at you. If they get mad at you, then they were never rocking with you to begin with. Tell the truth so people who do want children can make an informed decision on whether or not they actually want them, because they'll know what goes along with it.
What scares you the most about eventually being a mom?
I hate that question. So many things. I feel like, why?
Are you gonna cry?
I don't want.
Wait, what? That hasn't come out before.
It's really scary.
Being a mom is scary.
Everything scares me about motherhood. Sorry.
Fuck.
I think like just
simple.
worrying about the kid constantly. Are they okay? Let's say I take them to like pre-K. Like, are they safe? Let's say they choke. Can your mom take them to the hospital because she doesn't know how to drive? Like all these things.
Oh my God.
I'm afraid about everything from conception to birth to having
Everything.
What about you? Are you afraid to have kids?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No.
It's important, advisable to have kids because you are ready and you genuinely want them. You don't just have kids because you have a reproductive system, or else you'll be on a long thing. You don't just have kids because it's what is expected of you or because you're a woman. And most moms, most ladies don't tell themselves the truth. They don't evaluate themselves to know their strength, their capacity, if they have the tolerance and the patience to raise kids. Most of them think that it's not about having kids. Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to raise a wholesome human being? This is what you get when you're not ready. It's unfortunate.
One of the questions I get asked all the time as a mom of 6 is, what number of kids was the hardest transition? And let me tell you, I will tell you my opinion, but I have strong opinions and they are not popular. So my husband and I will say all the time that 3 was by far the hardest transition for us. 3 feels super overwhelming at first. You're officially outnumbered. You are an experienced parent, but you're still also kind of figuring it out. You don't have enough hands for all your kids, and it just feels like chaos initially. The newborn stage with our 3rd was wild, and every single day I felt so overwhelmed and like we were never gonna survive. But then we came out of the newborn times and I discovered how absolutely wonderful 3 is. Honestly, 3 is the most amazing number to me, and it's like a full house but not a big house. It's like not total chaos, but it's also, you know, it's 3 kids, it's busy. And anyways, we say all the time if we weren't planning on having a huge family, we probably would have stopped at 3 kids. So 3 was definitely the hardest transition. However, like I said, honestly, I think 3 was my favorite small number, and people that don't want to have a lot of kids but want to have more than 2, I always tell them 3. Never, ever 4. Guys, unpopular opinion coming your way, and I know this is just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt, but I do not understand on any level why people will ever have 4 kids. Let me back that up a little bit. So look, 4 is basically just a transitional number, and to me, if you are not transitioning into a bigger family than 4, 4 is absolutely insane and unstable. Just about everyone has to upgrade their car for 4 kids. And guys, vans don't work for 4 kids. They can tell you all that they want that it does. Vans are good until 3 kids. 4 kids, you need my truck. The average house no longer works great for 4 kids, especially with the way people want it to be. Babysitters with 4 is absolutely impossible. Family outings are officially crazy with 4. You don't qualify for any family packs for anything. Let's not even touch on the financial jump of 4. Guys, the jump from 3 to 4 is so significant, the financial jump. Even simple things like groceries. You no longer can get away with the average size packs of things, granola bars, chicken, anything you officially need to. I remember being so floored by the financial jump from 3 to 4. It was mind-blowing. 4 just makes everything so complicated to me. And honestly, I always say, if you're planning on having 4 kids, have 5, have 6, because truly barely any different. But like, you get the benefits at least. 4 is just a crap number. 3 or 5, 6, guys. Obviously just my humble opinion, but it's correct.
You know, it's kind of a cool thing about being a dissociated system who went and got a PhD in therapy and then hyper-focused on parenting for a little while I had 2 kids. Because I had 2 kids 14 months apart, and that is fucking hell. And they are both autistic, and they're actually both PDA autistic, as am I. And none of us knew that. All we knew is we were operating under this weird situation of vibes where I could pick up everybody's vibes, and I didn't quite understand because they were nonverbal at the time. My son was using an AAC device. He was refusing all food. He was having seizures regularly. My daughter is one of the most needy human beings on the entire planet, which is saying something because I am ridiculously needy as well. Anyway, all this was going on. My husband was just trying to keep us afloat financially by working, right? Because fuck capitalism. And I was like, fine, I'm going to go hyper-focus on parenting. So I just read all the books, just devoured them. And thankfully at this time, my eyes were still working. And I went so fucking hard on this parenting thing. I'm just remembering it. That's why I'm talking about it, because I had dissociated away from this. But when I was raising these kids, I was like, wow, these toddlers are fighting with each other. I'm pretty sure my son is autistic. Don't know about my daughter yet, but I know what we're doing isn't great. And I don't want them to grow up fighting with each other all the time. And I hyper-focused, and I was like an incredible mom for a couple of years. I taught these kids emotional regulation skills that most adults do not have. And then something happened in my system, and I switched. I switched out of that hyper-competent, hyper-focused on parenting mom, and I went into a really, really strong young part that was like, I don't want to be a mom. I hate being a mom. I never chose being a mom. And she didn't. She's 15. So she didn't choose this. And all of a sudden, it was really confusing for everybody. Because they're like, what? You're the best mom we know. You love parenting. It's so important to you, whatever. I'm not the best mom, but you know what I mean? It was a big deal to me because I was a marriage and family therapist. I'm a trauma therapist trying to prevent trauma for everybody, right? So I go and I do all this stuff with them, and then I switch. And that's all I can remember. And that's all anyone can remember is wow, you don't like being a mom. Why don't you like being a mom? And it's that is not the whole story. I spent 5 years with these 2 kids, 14 months apart, basically single parenting them doing this because my husband was so busy just, again, keeping us afloat financially. And we have 2 autistic kids. This is not simple parenting. This is complicated parenting. I have a PhD in this, and it still required me every single night spending hours in these books, figuring out how to problem solve this, how to pair my knowledge that I know about trauma and nervous system responses and things with the gentle parenting techniques and the conscious parenting. And anyway, my point is now that I've tapped out because I hit autistic burnout, my kids actually have these emotional regulation skills, and I'm shocked by it. And it's kind of amazing. So points for a dissociated system life.
No, I am not giving you a safe place to talk about how you don't want to be a mother and how that's the biggest regret that you've ever had in your life. Unpopular opinion, but I don't believe everything deserves a safe place. I don't know. Eat me up in the comments. I really don't care. Because to get online, I can get you're having these conversations person to person. Y'all don't do on your mom on the phone with your auntie being messy conversations no more. Y'all instantly bring shit to TikTok, and my heart goes out to those kids when they get older, because as much as y'all think y'all hide the way y'all actually feel, them kids feel how much you don't want to be a mother. I don't care what y'all say. That energy of regret that you have is definitely transferring to your kids. And guess how I know it is? Because y'all are making the videos with the baby in y'all hand. What the fuck? I will never make it a safe place online for you to come and talk about how much you hate motherhood when, in my opinion, there's lots of ways to terminate and avoid. So all of this I regret being a mother talk, please keep it in the group chat.
I hate being a mother. It's one of the biggest regrets. One of my biggest regrets.
I've often said on my platform many times that being a father has been the greatest role I've ever had in my life. Seeing them grow up, teaching them right from wrong, seeing them develop their own personalities has been a one-of-a-kind experience that I would never trade for anything. I have never, for 1 second, no matter how stressful it got, hated being a father or looked at my kids and regretted that decision. That's just, I'm not wired that way. So I'm not gonna lie, seeing that comment thread was pretty shocking that so many women feel the same way. They hate being a mother. And look, I get it. That comment thread in that video doesn't speak for all women. I totally get that. But what I've never seen on TikTok is a video of a man saying he hates being a father, or a tweet of a man saying he hates being a father. All I see on social media is men begging and hoping they can spend more time with their kids, paying thousands of dollars to the court system to get hours for them. If you don't want to be a mother, then give the kid to the father. And I'm not talking to the deadbeat fathers out there who aren't involved and have left y'all, abandoned y'all. No, that's an entirely different conversation. I'm talking about the good fathers that love their kids, who would do anything for them, that are working 3 jobs for them. Give them to the father. Because the last thing a kid needs is to grow up in a house where they feel hated by their parents.
It makes sense, I think, to me that something so difficult can also not be as rewarding as it is for some people. So what would you say to people who, I guess, would kind of judge you or feel like you're being a bad mom?
I would tell them to grow up. This mentality that, as a woman, you have to be a mother and you have to be super mom at all times and super wife and, whatever Barbie shoe they want to put us in. It's ridiculous. Like, we are people, and, that magical mother-child connection, it seems so insane to me to believe that, like, every single woman from every different walk of life is going to just have that magical super mom ability.
I want to say this to the men so y'all can better understand what's really going on with us women. We are mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually exhausted in motherhood, okay? The domestic labor falls on us, and we know that society goes by traditional roles, so a lot of the household deeds fall on the women. But for us we constantly have to be attentive to what our children need when they're sick, when they look like they're about to become sick, their education, their emotional well-being, them learning, their coping skills. This is all of everything that we are paying attention to. On top of loving our children, we're trying to find spaces to be able to love ourselves. On top of trying to create safety for our children, we're looking for safety and security within ourselves. And sometimes because of all of the expectations and obligations and burdens and the load on us, we can't find that safety. So we turn to our partner, and sometimes in our partner, because they resent us so much for the transitions that we have faced in our motherhood, we can't find safety with them as well. So you have to be able to extend some type of grace. And that's what we mean when we say we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be understood, we want to be validated. We need you all because we understand that mentally, psychologically, men and women are not the same. We understand that, but as a partner, we need you to try to step into our shoes, see it through our eyes, hear it through our ears, feel it through our heart, so you can better understand where we are coming from.
That's it. If you must have a child, please have it with someone that is responsible enough, someone that is willing, that actually wants kids. Because motherhood is too hard, it's too tedious for you to navigate all by yourself. I believe no mother hates their child after the hair they went through just to give birth. I know it gets challenging, tired, and overwhelming, especially for first-time mom, but just hang in there. Just know that it's temporary. Your kids will eventually grow. We in Africa, we believe that motherhood is rewarding, especially when you have the means, you have all it takes to take care of your child. In old age, you will reap it eventually. In this part of the world, every woman wants to be a mother because we know, we understand how rewarding it can be in old age. Guys, we've come to the end of today's video reaction. Hope you're able to learn or feel like I have. Please like and subscribe. See you on the next one. Bye.